Good morning, everyone. We will now begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama to protect and bless us as we participate today in the construction of paradise on earth. Amatsu-Norito and Miroku prayer, please stand.
高天原にかむずまります。かむろきかむろみのみこともちて、そめみおやかむいざなみことつくしのいむかのたち花のほどのあぎはらにゆみそぎあらいたもうときになりませ。笑いどの神たちもろもろのまがごと罪けがりを払いたまえ清めたまえとまをすことのよしをあます神国つ神やおよろずの神たちともに雨のふちごまの耳振り立ててきこしめせとかしこみむまおす弥勒を三神守りたまえ先はえたまえ弥勒を三神守りたまえ先はえたまえ教えんよや主の神守りたまえ先はえたまえ教えみよや主の神守りたまえ先はえたまえかんながらたまちあえませ。かんながらたまちあえませ。Great God of light, creator and giver of all light, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, the time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
Eu também sou uma Lúcia.
Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Self-reflection. How precarious is the future of those who out of their selfishness sow the seeds of their own misfortune. May each one of us return to a pure state by illuminating the soul with God's divine light. Instead of wasting time criticizing and accusing others, let us first reflect on ourselves, correcting all our shortcomings. In essence, the important thing is to find the best way in accord with the time, place, and circumstances. In order to do this, however, wisdom is needed. Wisdom is the ability to make right judgments. And the less clouded the spiritual being is, the more it is endowed with wisdom. Therefore, we should endeavor to remove clouds on the spiritual body as much as we can. What makes this possible is Makoto, the love, integrity, and dedication that come from true faith in God. If there is anyone who is deviating from the right path or is truly bad, God will inevitably pass judgment on that person. So this shouldn't be your concern. If a human being worries about the present situation or fears for the future, it surely indicates a lack of belief in God's infinite power. What I recommend, therefore, is that you examine your inner attitude before you criticize others.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters. Today, I'd like to share two faith experiences. One is from Lucimara Freitas. She's from Guarulhos, Brazil. Lucimara Freitas is 35 years old and has been a Johrei member for 9 years. She's currently dedicating as a missionary assisting her ministry. Even after joining our faith, she did not have to give due importance to natural foods and did not practice home gardening. In 2019, she made a decision to change several points in her life, as well as to make a greater commitment to serving the divine work. One of the points she gave priority to was the cultivation of her home garden. With this purpose, she participated in several home gardening workshops that gave her another perspective on what the cultivation of a garden at home represents. At the same time, she adopted a healthier diet, prioritizing foods grown using the nature farming and organic methods. In a service dedicated to appreciate the nature farming movement in 2019 at the sacred grounds of Guarapiranga, Lucimara acquired a kit with seeds, soil, and bokashi. Bokashi is organic fertilizer. Thereafter, applying what she learned in the workshops, she started her garden. Before planting, she thanked God for all foods and plowed the soil with due respect, expressing gratitude to the ancestors who were farmers themselves. She talked to the seedlings, channeled Johrei to them, and day by day, she could enjoy them growing and developing. In this way, the garden grew, expanded, and she had the great joy of harvesting various vegetables. In addition to the joy of seeing the garden cultivated by the farming method revealed by God, She was able to consume foods with a high concentration of vital energy. A friend's family had flu symptoms. Lucimara prepared 2 soups with natural and organic ingredients picked from her garden, such as tomatoes, chives, cilantro, and basil, and took the soups to this family. 2 days later, no one else had any symptoms. Another neighbor was having panic attacks and was crying a lot. This neighbor was not eating and hadn't slept in days despite taking medications. Lucimara channeled to her about 2 hours of Johrei and prepared her a soup with ingredients from her garden. The neighbor's recovery was very quick, calming down and sleeping well that night. She continues to give her Johrei and follows up on her condition. Thus, convinced of the power of nature farming as a column of salvation, she commits to encouraging more and more people to practice home gardening and follow a more natural diet. Lucimara is very thankful to God, Meishu-sama, and her ancestors for allowing her to be part of this great work of salvation. It was a very nice experience from Lucimara regarding the practice of nature farming and home gardening. Another experience I would like to share with you today is from Carmelinda Assunção. She's from Angola. Carmelinda de Souza Will Assunção has been a member of our church for 21 years, and she gives service as a missionary. The reason that led her to know this wonderful path of salvation was an illness she had. She suffered from an allergy for 2 months, spent large sums of money but didn't heal this sickness. At the church, she was guided to try our basic practices of faith and had no difficulty in putting them into practice. After a week of dedication, her problem was solved. To express her gratitude to God and Meishu-sama, she became a Johrei member to better serve in the divine work. The faith experience she actually would like to share with us is related to the daily practice of monetary donations of gratitude. One day, she attended a seminar at the headquarters of our church in Africa, where they discussed the importance of giving daily donations of gratitude. What caught her attention the most was when the speaker referred to food. He said, "The same way we eat here in the physical world, in the spiritual realm, our ancestors also eat." With this explanation, she understood more deeply about the importance of materializing her daily donation of gratitude. From that day on, she began materializing her gratitude with this sonning of offering daily food to her ancestors. Thereafter, she set a daily donation goal. She would like to emphasize that there were days when she only had the money to materialize her donation without, however, having any extra funds to buy food. However, at the end of the day, she could get the amount for meals as well. Nonetheless, her nephew got angry, saying that she needed to reduce the amount of her donations. She didn't listen to his words and continued with her practice, which had the following result. Her nephew's grandfather, from his maternal side, dreamed of Carmelinda's brother, who is in the spiritual realm. He appeared before him, well dressed and handsome. Indignant, he asked her brother, "How it is possible that you are so well dressed and looking good if you have already died?" The spirit replied, "If you see me so beautiful, it is thanks to the daily donations my sister has been doing. This donation has reached the head of our family, who shares it with all of us here in the spiritual realm." When she realized the meaning of this dream, she gained even more conviction and strength to persist with this practice of daily donations. Her nephew, upon listening about his relative's dream, apologized for his attitude. Through this practice, Carmelinda has not experienced financial difficulties, despite the financial crisis their country is going through. Previously, she depended solely on her business outside of Angola. However, she was blessed to open a commercial establishment in Luanda, and lately she's getting a lot of income. She clearly learned one of Meishu-sama's teachings, which explains that what happens in the physical world is a reflection of the spiritual realm. She became conscious that if there is hunger at her home, it is because her ancestors are hungry in the spiritual realm. Carmelinda's commitment is to continue this practice with the solemn of participating in the construction of paradise on earth through the construction of places that can save a greater number of people. She's very thankful to God, Messiah Meishu-sama, and to everyone who listened with attention to her faith experience. So both very nice experiences. Thank you for listening to these words today. I wish you a very wonderful day. Thank you very much.
This brings to a conclusion of our morning service. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and have a blessed day.